Today's Namaste Yoga continues our Yoga Stories 2 series with the Ayur Dehi mantra. Hello and welcome to episode 241 of Namaste Yoga, nourishing the downward flow of energy. Today we are on a very remote island at the northern part of Vancouver Island called Malcolm Island, and there is fishing going on behind us because the salmon are running, and we're at a really nice, quaint B&B with horses and dogs and rescue horses and rescue dogs. It's a really great little place, so we're enjoying our little respite and doing a little filming for you while we're here as well. So thank you to Squeeze for my clothing. This morning I'm wearing a long sleeve bamboo top and my long gray leggings, and also I decided to wear a scarf this morning. Squeeze does these great scarves where they wear Donna prints on them. So they're super pretty, and also they add that's the added benefit of keeping me warm because it's super early here this morning when the lighting is gorgeous and a little chilly for me. So that's good. And thanks to Dusky Leaf for our props. Today you are going to need a block, and if you have a folded blanket or a meditation cushion, that would be good today as well. So we've got some exciting stuff coming up on our membership site, some exclusive meetups for our members. So every day when I meet people in Victoria, they ask me about where I teach one-on-one and what studio I teach at. And I no longer teach at studios because my filming schedule keeps me far too busy for that. I know many of you watch my once a week show, and that's only a small part of what we do. We film a lot for our members as well. We also film daily blogs where we answer your questions. We also film juicing and smoothie videos for our Thirsty Thursday feature. So we film pretty much every day. And so this just doesn't leave any time for me to have a studio schedule anymore. So the only way you can get access to me one-on-one anymore, or kind of in a more intimate way, is on our meetups, and we do that exclusively for our members. Also, every day I get tons of questions via email, Facebook, and YouTube. And although I do have that video blog where I do answer questions, and if you're a member, you can ask me questions as well in the Ask Melissa section. I do answer those right away. It's still impossible for me to answer all of those questions. There's just far too many of them. And some of them are actually just too specific to the individual as well to be able to answer them. They don't relate to enough people to be able to answer on a video blog because they're just too specific. So our membership meetups are a great way for us to get together in a small and intimate gathering, and to be able to, for you to be able to ask me questions. So in the next 5 weeks of meetups, one for each time zone all over the world, in Europe, North America, and the Southern Hemisphere, we try and hit them all. I'm going to share with you also a member requested practice, because also I get tons of requests for what everybody wants. and YouTube videos and on our membership site. And also with those requests, it's impossible for me to fulfill them all. So this gives me an opportunity to be able to fulfill another request. So this one was from Emma, and she says, one of my deepest intentions is to nurture and nourish my self-acceptance. Can you recommend a mudra for this purpose that can be used while meditating on a breath practice? So during the meetup, I am going to share with you a mudra to nurture and nourish self-acceptance that you can use while meditating with a breath practice. And we promise that these meetups will be worth your while. We know you're busy, so we'll respect your time, and each meetup will only last an hour. At the end of the hour, you'll walk away with a brand new mudra practice for self-esteem, and your questions will be answered by me. You'll also have an opportunity to connect to other like-minded people in your yoga community. So you can ask me questions, talk about your practice, talk to me personally, and meet other yogis from around the world. And these are exclusively for people that are on our membership site. There'll be links on how to become a member if you're not already. So the first one is Friday, August 22nd, when this comes out at 2 p.m. Pacific. Then Wednesday, August 27th at noon Pacific. Saturday, September 6th, 9 p.m. Pacific. That's for the people in the Southern Hemisphere. And then Sunday, September 28th at 8 a.m. Pacific. That one's great for people in Europe. They have limited space, so you do have to register for them even if you are a member, and we'll confirm your registration. And we have a short testimonial today for you from Agnes from Sydney, Australia.
Hi Melissa, it's Agnes. I'm from Sydney, Australia. I just wanted to say thank you. I've been doing your Namaste yoga. I'm on episode 40 of your 100 or so yoga, and it is just wonderful. And I really, really, really appreciate what you do, what you give, and how you give from the heart. So, yep, just wanted to use your little send a voice message to Melissa West. So there we go. See you later, and hope to meet you one day.
So thank you, Agnes, for that testimonial. You can leave your testimonials and comments and insights and awarenesses at thankyoumelissa.com. There are instructions on how to do that. So let's go ahead and get started with our class today. You can go ahead and lie back on your backs. We'll begin with some breath awareness to talk about nourishing the downward flow of energy, Apan Vayu. Make yourself comfortable, tuck your shoulder blades in underneath you, bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor, press into your feet, lengthen through your tailbone, and then you can either leave your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor or lengthen your legs out long. You may even want to place a bolster underneath your knees. And then take a deep breath in through your nose and let it fall out of your mouth. And take as many breaths like that as you need to allow yourself to arrive here now. So breathe in through your nose and let your attention rest on your breath out. Continue to focus on your breath out. And as you breathe out, allow your exhalation to travel down your spine. Or imagine it traveling down your spine. And then over the next few breaths, as your exhalation continues to lengthen organically without forcing it. Just as you naturally settle into your out breaths and sink and drop further into the ground. Gradually allow your breath to lengthen further. Visualize it moving further than the base of your spine, down the backs of your legs to your heels. And each time you breathe out, continue to feel yourself sink deeper and to settle deeper into the ground. And then from here, you're going to stay lying on your back. And you're going to draw your right knee into your chest. So this is a very classic pose for nourishing the downward flow of energy. It helps to eliminate waste from your colon, your large intestine. So you're just going to draw your right knee into your chest. If you don't have any knee issues, you can hold on your shin and press your leg into your large intestine. If you do, you're going to hold on behind your knees on your hamstring, keeping your shoulders heavy. And continue to focus on your breath out and breathing down your spine and the back of your leg. And then release your right leg. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it fall out of your mouth. Then go ahead and draw your left leg in. And now you're pressing on your descending colon, encouraging waist to move down and out on this side. Encouraging that downward flow of energy, Uppan Vayu, here on this side. Nourishing the downward flow of energy. And visualizing it with your breath, breathing out, focusing on your exhale, breathing out down through your spine, through the backs of your legs. Blue heron? Oh, raven. Raven, horse. And then release your left leg. Just give both your legs a little bit of a wiggle, feeling the backs of your legs, maybe even shaking the backs of your legs against the ground. And then from here, we're going to bend your knees, roll to your right side, and come on to all fours. And from all fours, we're going to be coming into pigeon pose on your right side first. Okay, so from all fours, you're going to slide your right knee forward to your right wrist, reach your left leg back and long, and you're going to fold forward over your bent right leg. And the option I'm going to give for this today is to bend your back leg and fold forward, because we're going to actually come into a twist like that in a second. Or you can always lie on your back and do figure 4 stretch as well. Okay, so from here, what you're going to do is you're going to come up and you're going to bend your back leg so that you've got your legs in a zigzag position here. And then what I want you to do is just slap this front right foot. So I know it's a little weird, but we're nourishing the downward flow of energy. So we're opening up the channels to be able to encourage that downward flow of energy here. And then you're just going to rub the bottom of your right foot. This is Namaste yoga. Come on, you don't expect to do the same thing every week, do you? 241 episodes. We got to keep it fresh. And then Bharadvajasana, we're going to do the twist here. So take your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Sorry, I'm not mirroring you. And then you can come back to center. We're going to come back onto all fours, repeat that sequence again. So come onto all fours, slide your left knee forward to your left wrist, reach your right leg back and long. Option to have this back leg bent. Fold forward over your bent left knee for Ek Pad Rajkopatasana, pigeon pose. Okay, and then bend your back right leg so that your feet are in a zigzag. And then I'm just going to turn around so you can see me. So you've got your left leg in front, your right leg behind. You're going to slap the bottom of your left foot. So you're waking up the energy on the bottom of your foot so you can encourage that downward flow of energy. Then you're going to rub the bottom of your foot. Great. Okay, so now your spine's woken up, your legs are woken up, and we're going to go with our mantra. So I would encourage you actually to sit probably cross-legged or in a chair, or you can kneel with a block. I'm going to kneel with a block today because I don't have my meditation cushion with me. And we're going to do the Ayur Dehi mantra. And you guys are lucky. It was a 6.5 hour drive for us to get here. So I had lots of time to practice my mantra in the car. So I'm a little better than I was last week. Okay. So, and we've got an Upan Mudra to do this with. So the way the mudra works is you join the tips of your ring fingers and your middle fingers together with your thumb, and you keep your index finger and your baby finger extended. I've got it written down wrong, but that's how you do it. You're going to rest your hands on your thighs, soften your belly, and breathe naturally. Move your attention to your navel center as you do this, and you're going to smile inwardly. Okay, so the benefits of this Upan Mudra is that it regulates the downward energy in your body, the energetic force governing elimination and purification. It has a general detoxifying effect on your body. It improves elimination, reduces constipation. It benefits urinary bladder and uterus, regulates menstruation, and clarifies your skin. So it's contraindicative for the first 8 months of pregnancy. So if you're pregnant right now, please don't do this mudra because it also helps to move your baby out of your uterus. So that's not a good idea. The Ayur Dehi mantra is a mantra for health and nourishment. And the placement of this mantra on or around your body is said to be protection and nourishment for your body and your psyche. So this week we're going to do the mantra. We're going to attempt to do this mantra in call and response the first time. You guys will hold the mudra. I will lead you through call and response first, and then we will do it together 2 more times. And the mantra is going to be on your right, my left. So let's make space with breath and a sigh. Ayur Dehi, Ayur Dehi, Pranam Dehi, Pranam Dehi, Apanam Dehi, Apanam Dehi, Vyanam Dehi, Vyanam Dehi, Chakshu Dehi, Chakshu Dehi, Shrotam Dehi, Shrotam Dehi, Mano Dehi, Mano Dehi, Vacham Dehi, Vacham Dehi, Atmanam Dehi, Atmanam Dehi, Pratishtam Dehi, Pratishtam Dehi, Mam Dehi, Mam Dehi, Mahi Dehi, Mahi Dehi. So let's do it together now. Ayur Dehi, Pranam Dehi, Apanam Dehi, Vyanam Dehi, Chakshu Dehi, Shrotam Dehi, Mano Dehi, Vacham Dehi, Atmanam Dehi, Pratishtam Dehi, Mam Dehi Mahi Dehi Ayur Dehi Pranam Dehi Apanam Dehi Vyanam Dehi Chakshur Dehi Shrotam Dehi Mano Dehi Vacham Dehi Atmanam Dehi Pratishtam Dehi Mam Dehi Mahi Dehi. Great. I think that was 3 times. Yeah, great. So the meaning of that mantra is, may my life be nourished. May the upward moving energy be nourished. May the downward moving energy be nourished. May the circulating energy be nourished. May my sight be nourished. May my hearing be nourished. May my mind be nourished. May my speech be nourished. May my soul be nourished. May I rest in that nourished. May I be nourished. And may that nourishment bring pleasure to others. And stay with this mudra with your eyes closed as I tell you about the teachings for this week. So this week we will focus on the second line of that mantra. Apanam Dehi. May the downward moving energy be nourished. So Upan Vayu is located below your navel region to the tops of your legs and provides the energy for your large intestine for the elimination of solid waste from your bodies. Upan Vayu relates to all the eliminatory channels from your body, so not just solid waste, but also your kidneys, which eliminates liquid waste from your bodies, your anus and your genitals. It's solely concerned with the elimination of waste from your body. When you consider elimination, you can include your exhalation, bowel movements, urination, ejaculation, holding of a child within a mother's womb during pregnancy, and also baby's delivery. It is the Upan Vayu that is said to allow the passage of a baby out of the womb. So the main seat of Upan Vayu is your anus, but it's also located at the back of your neck, your spine, your whole back, and your heels. So the whole back of your body and your heels. A yoga practice that focuses on Upan Vayu will nourish your entire eliminatory system, subsequently purifying your whole body. So focusing our yoga, mantra, and mudra practice towards Upan Vayu also nourishes your reproductive system, which will support healthy menstruation and childbirth. As this Vayu is associated with Muladhara, your root chakra, which is about grounding, and Svadhisthana, your sacral chakra, which is about emotions, you will feel rooted and safe enough to release what no longer serves you. Pranavayu can allow you to flow freely, so that focusing your yoga practice towards the downward flowing energy will leave you feeling purified, lighter, and more at ease. So go ahead and reflect on these teachings on Upan Vayu and how it relates to you in your life. Perhaps what it is you're letting go of physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically in your life. And go ahead and form an intention of what it is you're trying to create, sustain, or let go of in your life. And then once you've formed your intention, you can come out of seated, and we're going to come into Malasana, a squat pose to begin here. Okay, so for Malasana, you're going to come into a squat pose, and here's where your folded blanket can be useful, so you can tuck it under your heels if there's space between your heels and the ground. And you're just going to place your body between your legs and sink your heels towards the ground to fill the space with your blanket or your meditation cushion. This is a great pose to open up the channels of elimination, to relieve constipation. And if this is too deep of a knee bend for you, you can always come up and do less of a deep squat. And then from here, you're going to come into Uttanasana. So standing forward fold, and we haven't really stretched out the backs of your legs, so you can do it with a knee bend here. And when you do that, drop the crown of your head so the back of your neck is long. And I'm going to get you to slap the backs of your legs here. Keep breathing. And then roll, actually just run your hands down your legs to encourage that downward flow of energy. And then roll up to standing slowly. And once you come up to standing, take a block and place it between your knees so that you've got good alignment between your ankles, knees, and your hips. Inhale, take your arms straight up. And you're going to exhale, sit back into Utkatasana. And then you're going to inhale, come back up. So you're going to go down and up into chair pose to get into your legs. Exhale as you go down. Inhale as you go up. Sitting way back, staying into your heels in this pose. Wiggle your toes. And then come on up and release your arms. You can put the block down. And from here, we're going to do Vrikshasana, tree pose. Trying to find a piece of even ground here. Near impossible. So stand on your left leg, turn your right toes out. You can keep your toes on the ground or above or below your knee. Find a spot that's not moving, focus on that. And really think about rooting down through your left leg. Bring your hands at your heart center. I'm wondering, yeah, we could use that Upon Mudra again. So middle two fingers come to your thumb, other two fingers are extended, and then let's inhale, take them overhead. So tree pose with the Upam Mudra. And then release this side from your body. And now you're going to stand on your right leg, turn your left toes out. Your toes can stay on the ground or they can come above or below your knee, but not on your knee joint. And then bring your thumb and two middle fingers together at your heart. Inhale here. And exhale, take your hands overhead. And then release this out of your body. And from here, you're going to come to the top of your mat again. Inhale. Exhale. Bend your knees, hinge forward through your hips. So you're coming into Uttanasana again, standing forward fold. And you can have a slight knee bend again if you want to. Let the back of your neck be long. Drop the crown of your head. Breathing down the backs of your legs, feeling the backs of your legs again. And then slap the backs of your legs again. And then run your hands down the backs of your legs. Encourage that downward flowing energy. And from here, you're going to squat part way or all the way down for Malasana again. Making space between your knees for your torso. And you can always feel the space behind your heels with your folded blanket. And start to feel if you can sense that Upanvayu, that downward flowing energy channel along the back of your spine, along the back of your body or legs, down to your heels being open and moving. Okay, and then you're going to release this. Come on down. You're going to lie on your belly for Shalabhasana, so locust pose. You're going to continue to connect with that Upanvayu, that downward flowing energy. So lie on your belly and press the front of your pelvis into the ground. And from here, inhale. Exhale, you're going to lengthen long through your right leg until it reaches off the ground. And feel the opening at the front of your right hip. So it doesn't matter how much it lifts off the ground, you're just going for length here. And then release your right leg down. Wiggle your hips from side to side. And then inhale here again. Exhale, reach your sit bones down towards your heels. Draw up to your pelvic floor. Draw your navel towards your spine. And then lengthen long through your left leg until it reaches off the ground. And then release your left leg down. Wiggle your hips from side to side here. Take your arms out into an X shape, your whole body into an X shape. You're going to inhale here. Rest your forehead on the ground. Exhale. You're going to reach your right leg long now, and then you're going to cross it over your body. So you come into like a twist here. Okay, and then release this side of your body. And now you're going to take your left leg long, and you're going to cross it over. Keep your shoulders down. And then release the pose from this side of your body. And you're actually going to take Shavasana right here. So you're going to lie on your belly. And you're going to rest here. I'm going to come up and read you some quotes and some thoughts for you to consider in Shavasana. And if for any reason doing Shavasana on your belly is uncomfortable for you, you can always roll over and lie on your back. So whatever works best for you. But I just chose to do Shavasana on your belly today because it just encourages the downward flow of energy. So as always, when I offer quotes at the end of a class, it's like when you go shopping for clothes. You know, when you look through the racks of clothes, you might choose a whole bunch to try on. And sometimes when you try on a piece of clothing, it doesn't quite fit for you. And that's okay. If it doesn't fit, you don't take it home and keep it. You put it back on the rack. So if it doesn't resonate with you, then just put it back on the rack. You don't have to keep it. So not all of the quotes are going to resonate with you. I choose the quotes as they relate to the theme of the class. And if it doesn't work for you, just let it slip on by. That's okay. And I always like my teacher, Elisa Cobb, she always used that analogy of it being like choosing clothes on a rack. You know, not every piece of clothing is going to make you go, wow, I love it. So today's quote, I have a few quotes for you today because the one that we're going to use as our shareable quote is really short. But it goes so well with today's theme. And it's a Desikachar quote, which if you're a yoga teacher, you'll know Desikachar because he's one of the most famous teachers. He was Iyengar's teacher, I believe. And he says, yoga is 99% waste removal. But here's some thoughts for you to consider as you're resting on your belly in Shavasana. This one is by Sybil Tomlinson. And she says that yoga is about clearing away whatever is in us that prevents our living in the most full and whole way. With yoga, we become aware of how and where we are restricted in body, mind, and heart, and how gradually to open and release these blockages. As these blockages are cleared, our energy is freed. We start to feel more harmonious, more at one with ourselves. Our lives begin to flow, or we begin to flow more in our lives. That's what Sybil Tomlinson says. And this is a great quote by Patricia Sullivan that I couldn't resist for Upam Vayu. She said, when I started doing asana, the yoga postures, I had a very strong feeling of many unnecessary things dropping away, especially tension and inadequacy. Especially tension and inadequacy. I love that. How great to let go of all inadequacy through your yoga postures. So that's great. Okay, so from here you're going to push yourself up onto all fours. And we're going to finish with the seated forward fold. Come back into child's pose probably after that belly shavasana. So child's pose. Then roll up. And we're going to do Janu Shirshasana. One more to connect with that Upam Vayu. So if you can elevate yourself on a folded blanket, pull the flesh out of the way. Inhale here, exhale, fold forward over your long leg. And here it could be nice to take that Upam Mudra as well again, to bring your thumb and middle two fingers together. And just notice if you can feel the difference on the back of your leg when you take that mudra or when you don't have that mudra. If you feel that open up the channels at all for you. And then inhale and come up. We'll switch sides. So extend your other leg out. Bend your opposite leg into the inside of your thigh. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge forward through your hips. Keep your back long. Reach your heart towards your shin. And again, feel the difference between palms down, elbows heavy. And then taking that Upam Mudra here. See if you can feel the channels of elimination opening for you. And then you can come on up, and we're going to finish with our mantra and mudra again. So come to a comfortable seated position for you, either cross-legged, sitting on a meditation cushion, sitting in a chair, or you can sit kneeling on a block like I am today. Bringing your thumb and two fingers together, middle fingers together, extend your index finger and your baby finger for the Upam Mudra. And we're going to do the Ayurdehi mantra again to close out today. Okay. So just wet my whistle here. So you guys can hold the mudra. I will focus on the mantra. We'll chant it together 3 times. And we'll make space with breath and a sigh. So this is a mantra for the nourishment of your body and your psyche. We're especially focusing today on nourishing the downward flow of energy, making space with breath and a sigh. Ayurdehi pranam dehi apanam dehi vyanam dehi chakshu dehi shrotam dehi mano dehi dehi vacham dehi atmanam dehi pratishtam dehi mam dehi mai dehi ayurdehi panam dehi apanam dehi vyanam dehi chakshrudehi shrotam dehi mano dehi vajram dehi atmanam dehi pratishtam dehi mam dehi mai dehi ayurdehi pranam dehi apanam dehi vyanam dehi chakshrudehi shrotam dehi mano dehi atmanam dehi pratishtam dehi mam dehi mahi dehi. So bring your hands together at your heart center in the Anjali Mudra. I'm sending you much love from Up Island on Malcolm Island and on Vancouver Island, off Vancouver Island in beautiful British Columbia. May you experience the strength of our mountains. May you be as rooted as the old growth trees in our forests. And may your joy be as deep as the Pacific Ocean behind me. Om Shanti. Namaste.
Melissa would love to hear your questions and thoughts. Please leave your comments below the video. Thank you for your reviews on iTunes and YouTube. Your reviews help us to share yoga and a yoga lifestyle with others around the world. If you have a question for Melissa, you can leave a voice message at melissawest.com, and Melissa may answer it in an upcoming blog.